high chance it exists here, but I just haven't noticed it, I suppose, because I don't really look for it. Spend your lives in sin and misery in the house of the rising sun. Whoops. Don't want to cut in too far there. That ball and chain. See, we've been on for an hour, over an hour, and I still haven't done the first side silhouette. Admittedly, this is the bit that can take a really long time. And then, of course, the details, but like when you've got loads of wood to get off and half of it's like end grain stuff, it's a real pain in the arse, to put it lightly. Kind of got yeah, I'll be doing the whole shebang, but just want to put a line here where I kind of have to start the cut. I think because these bits of lime wood as well that I bought were offcuts. You know, they're offcuts for a reason. Either they're just too small to be used, or they have lots of awkward bits of grain in, and so I think I've heard of that quite a lot with this. In the future, I might stay away from offcuts and just buy some nice lumps instead. Make it easier on myself. Right, almost there. Any guesses on how many pictures are taken so far? Yeah, long stream's better. My guess is about 80 by the time we check this, which will be about 1 or 2 pictures away. 120? I hope so, Spatter, that would be nice. The more the better, really. Alright. Just going to carve this top bit into a curve, and then we're going to check. There you go. Alright, let's have a gander. We have done oh, it's over 80. It's over 100. Oh, Spatter, 119. I can't show you, obviously, because I can actually. That. Right. See that? 119. One away. Spatter wins. I don't know what, but Spatter wins something. That's pretty good. That means we've done over a sixth. Hey, I guess Scrums is the new winner. Somehow we figured out the exact number. Wow. Scrums be scrumbling. You know what he's like. Scrumbling away. Can't trust him. There you go, so that's what we've got. That's the side view, this one here. This is the opposite side, but if I spin it around that. So, now we got to get this done there. So you can see how much wood we've got to take away quite a lot. So that's the next stage. So what I'm going to do is draw it on now. Then we'll spin this around so that the front is facing instead like this. And then we'll do the same thing. So now that is dirty Dublin. Jeez, Scrums. I never knew you were like that. I always thought you were a kind modern gentleman. That look what you just did to Spatter. Jeez. Never been away, hey. Never seen a day break. Oh, it's magic. You know, never believe it's not so. As a kid, I always used to like Leonardo. I think just because he had cool swords. And then I went through a phase of liking Raphael as well, I think. My brother late used to love Michelangelo, but I think most people's favourite was Michelangelo, right? The only reason I'm doing Donatello is just because basically he was the first 3D model that popped up that I found, so... I haven't used a 3D model for everything, all of these carvings I've done, but for something like this, when the head shape has so many different curves and stuff, it helps. How about you, Scrums? Who's your favourite? Dirty Deeds. Spatter's getting a revenge with song titles. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Scrumble kind of situation. Yeah, yeah. I am, Marek. I am. I'm trying to find out where I hid the cheese. So far, no leads, but we'll get there. What was the way around? It was this way, wasn't it? So I can... Where's the cheese? Exactly. You will learn about a high school band. He's giving you the blues. Pick up the phone, I'm around. Call me anytime. Dirty deeds, done that cheap. Dirty deeds, dirty deeds, dirty deeds, and they done the cheap. Deeds and they done the cheap. That's where the teardrops start. Alright, so yeah, we'll start with the silhouette, and then I'll look from the top and draw on the top head silhouette type thing. But at that point, we'll just look at the front of the face again. So I guess we'll be just looking at the front of the face for a long time now, which is this side. because I'm going to start doing all the features and everything. So we got to start by doing a slow animation of twisting. So that's the first thing. So we just go slightly that way. You ain't got the guts. Enough to drive you nuts. Pick up the phone, eyes are alone. Okay. Zoop. I think so's better, but I mean it's always hard to tell because different things are hard to do in different ways. Like something I always struggle with is like noses and mouths. Always really difficult. But I think I'm getting better at it. But who knows? But yeah, thanks, Scrums. Yeah, well, this is easily the most success I've had on social media doing wood carving by a long shot. So yeah, it's gonna keep going. One thing I would like to do is maybe collaborate with some other people who have like characters or something. I could do a carving of their character, and then they could, we could cross promote each other or something. I think that'd be pretty cool. For this moment to arrive. There to see. It was the. Do you remember I was going to do the Iron Giant sculpture? I was going to do a sculpture of the Iron Giant, and I started carving it. I carved the head once, and no, did I? Did I? Yeah, it was the initial head I just tried out. Yeah, I don't know what made me. Well, I know there was actually a guy. There was a guy who I kind of copied the idea from. One of my friends actually on Instagram. I did tell him like, oh, I did put in the first one I did that it was inspired by Dan Hero. This guy called Dan Hero makes these really cool little characters, wood carvings, and his always turn out so cool. His stop motion, and so I tried it out, and I couldn't get it to work very well. So I just kept trying it until I got it to stabilize or figure out how to stabilize it a bit more. And I guess that's where it came from. And then if the Iron Giant one hadn't like blown up as it did on TikTok, I think it's got like 300,000 views or something. Then I probably wouldn't have carried on with it. But that was the very first one, and it did really well. So yeah, I made a couple. I did do 2 Iron Giant heads, but I only animated the first one. I think I can't remember. Yeah, could do scrums. That'd be cool. Yeah, he's a nice guy, Dan. I like him a lot. Makes some really cool stuff. I always see him like supporting people who have started out carving and stuff like in their comments and everything. He unfortunately does get his work stolen a fair bit. That's how I got talking to him in the first place, because on Instagram, I noticed one guy posting a couple of Dan's stop motion animations, and so I messaged Dan, I think on Instagram, to say like, hey, look, this guy's is using your animations to get. But they're actually saying, they were kind of replying in a way that implied that they themselves had carved it, even though I knew that they didn't. and he was just like, yeah, just kind of happens. I have seen him in the comment section being like, you know, oh, this is actually mine. But most of the times when I've messaged people like that who have quite big followings, they just kind of resign to it. It's like, yeah, it happens. I can't do much about it. If I complain about it, their page goes down and then someone else just does it, or that same person just opens another account and does it again. So... I think TikTok is much higher, but I'll have a look. Let me have a look. Interestingly, some of the ones that are quite high on Instagram, but also go high on... I guess it's not... Well, it's sort of interesting to me. Are quite high on TikTok. And then other times... someone's got a fire. And other times, there are ones that are quite high on Instagram, but not very high on TikTok. So sometimes they match, sometimes they don't. So for instance, this newest one... Can I just show you my screen? Hang on. There we go. So this newest one you see on TikTok has got 63,000, which if you look back at all my recent ones, you can see that's one of the higher ones recently. Hang on, I'm just got to make sure this smell is not coming from anything close to me. It's a very strong smell of smoke. Make sure it's coming from outside. Someone's got a fire out there. Okay. Just worried, just in case. But yeah, now if we compare that one there, 63,000 views on Instagram, look, 6,000 views. So quite a difference. And then if you look at Vegeta here on what's his Instagram, 29,000, and here he's got 1,900. So, but if you look at Bender. Okay, so Bender was successful on both for some reason. 1.2 million on TikTok and on Instagram. Go away. Where is it? Yeah, 767,000. So they're both successful. Both the Benders were successful. So. Yeah, don't know. But TikTok, I think, is beating it generally. Because we've got like a 1 million there, 500,000, 350, 250, almost a million there for Jack Skellington, 30,000. I mean, TikTok's definitely beating it. And the Facebook ones have got popular as well. That smoke's pretty bad. Oh, you reckon Scrums? Oh yeah, that might be it. That could be it. Yeah. I saw my brother late said I should do Deadpool. But yeah, Instagram is weird. I would get like a like now and then. Yeah, they are. They definitely are spatty. Yeah. I would get like a like now and then, but now every time I go on Instagram, I have like it has like 100 on the likes thing, which is the maximum you can have before it like caps out, if you know what I mean. So even if you had 1,000 likes, it would say 100. And I get that basically every time I look at Instagram now, so it's a bit different. And Facebook following has gone up like 2,000 followers in the last month or something. The only thing is, you know, at the moment, I'm sort of doing it all, you know, like for free, kind of, so. But I'm working my way towards, you know, not doing it for free, if you know what I mean, so. Nice. Deadpool and Wolverine. Well, yeah, could do Wolverine as well. That'll be pretty tricky. Like a lot of people, I always ask people for suggestions. Get that weird looking face off your screen right now, Scrums. Yeah, quite a few people have asked for characters that are like, you know, like human faces with stuff that is not actually Clint. With like human faces and human features, which is pretty hard. Cause I did Vegeta, who was like the closest I've done to like a real human face, even though it's an anime face, and that was really hard. And I don't think I did a very good job of it. And yeah, quite a few people have asked for stuff like that. Deadpool's okay because it's just the shape of a head with a mask, so you don't have to worry about lips. Or, I mean, there are eyes on it, but not really in the way we have eyes. And the nose, obviously, is just going to be a bump, so... That's a lot easier than, say, you know, doing Wolverine, for example. Man. I don't know what they're burning out there, but it's not particularly nice smelling. It's either really wet wood or something else. Yes, better. Won't be long before I can ditch you guys and just go elsewhere. Oh yeah, so yeah, his mask does cover like what? Does it go over his nose? And he's just his mouth exposed? Wolverine's mask? That would be a cool one with the mask, with like the big like pointy bits on the side that he has. That would be pretty cool. Yeah, we're going to be streaming for a very long time today, so... Oh, doesn't go under his nose, but covers it. Oh. Oh, is it like a kind of, like a point? So you could see his nostrils, I guess. That's basically it, Spatter. That's what's going to happen. Like Batman's cow, yeah, okay. Cool. Yeah, I'm definitely doing Batman as well, by the way. Because I figured that, well, I've done Robocop, which wasn't too hard. You know, mouths are always a little bit difficult, but because I didn't have to like position it with the nose and the eyes or anything, it made it a lot easier. So because I did Robocop, I figured I can do other people with masks and stuff fairly easily. Hey Lorena, how's it going? How was the, I don't know if I've asked you yet, how was the convention? You're beautiful. Remember again when you say goodbye. Yeah. To love you. Remember all those nights we cried. And I've had loads of comments from people whose first language isn't English. I had loads of like foreign language ones that I can translate on Facebook, but there's one here that, woo, so cool. I will try my hands to, if they work, I will be better. I guess he means he's just gonna try carving by hand to improve his skills. I'm not sure. Oh, super nice. Oh yeah, I forgot about the all-you-can-eat sushi. Yeah. Oh yeah, I bet that was amazing. And yeah, I know some of the posts have reached quite far because I've had 3 instances now where I've had to delete like chain. Do you remember chain letters that people used to get in the post? And it would say like a if you don't send this letter to 10 people, then your grandma will die in 3 days or something. Well, obviously, there's lots of internet posts like that as well. If you don't repost this comment, you know, then someone will die within so many days or whatever. Yeah, so I've had to delete 3 of those now that have popped up on my posts. And obviously, that was something I never had before, so. Yeah, pees me off, that crap. Oh yeah, Merrick? It's the life you've had now. What did it say? Something like, "Oh, if you don't send this letter, then you're going to be handsome and successful for the rest of your life." Is that what it was? I can only assume that's what happened. Maybe, Lorena, maybe. I mean, I don't think that's the reason, but I don't know what the actual reason is, but I don't think that's the reason. Yeah, I remember my nana getting one spatter, probably about 20 years ago, maybe, just a random chain letter. Yeah, it was the first time I'd ever seen one. If I recall correctly, she just chucked that in the bin. I don't think she was superstitious enough to do anything. I don't know. I can't fully remember, but I think she just chucked it in the bin. I suppose a lot of them get sent by email now as well, right? Probably just send things to random emails. Don't you want to know how we keep starting fires? Don't you want to know why we keep starting fires? Danger, danger. Have voltage. When we touch, when we kiss. What the hell? Did I cut my thumb? I don't even notice. See that? I must have just got it just with the tip or something. Weird. Alright. As long as it doesn't go on the carving, that's the main thing. It's certainly not a very deep cut, so it's no big deal. Fire in the disco. Okay, so we got to... Yeah, just... keep working on this. It's not going to take too long to do this part of the silhouette. Not as long as the front one, I guess. The side one, sorry. Because we've already cut a lot of the material off while doing the side one, so... So I guess that makes it a little bit easier. Just the tip, yes. Just the tip of the knife. Okay, I'll be more specific. Stop trying to continue your Uncle Marek villain arc. Here's view, and she's look at the silver screen. Gonna switch carving techniques to give this finger a bit of a rest. The life on mine. Can't do anything about it, J-Dubs, because I have to make the light right for the for this. So, and I don't have enough lights to be pointing one at my face either. So, alright, Spatter, enjoy the zzz time. I'll catch you later. Thanks for coming. See you soon, Spatterino. From my mother, my dog, and clown. Did 10 times or more. All good, J-Dubs. What's happening today, J-Dubs? Anything good? What's for lunch? That's coming soon-ish, right, for you? Cavemen go. It's the freakiest show. Beating on the wrong guy. Oh man, wonder if he'll ever know. The life of mine. What am I going to make you? Nothing, unless you like wood. There you go. City of Lost Children. What's that? City of Lost Children. La Cité des Enfants Perdus. For some reason the French one came up. A scientist in a surrealist society kidnaps children to steal their dreams, hoping that they slow his aging process. Ron Perlman. I sort of want to watch it now. French movie, ah. You don't want a con crunch anymore? What is the current con crunch? The Witcher thing, is it? In the city, in the summer, in the city. Come down, isn't it, baby? in the city. Come on, we dance all night. In the city, in the summer, in the city. Okay. So we'll just get this kind of curved over and then that curved down, and then can start doing the next bit. Although this has actually got curved down a lot more. It's like I got lazy with it because it was hard to carve. Maybe I can do that with the chisel. I might be able to. You won't be able to finish it. Oh, that sucks. So you're just going to have to leave some details out or something, or... In the summer, in the city, in the summer, in the city. Can't actually see that on there, so it's pointless. Oh yeah, definitely be able to see some of that, I think. Come on, dance all night. Oh, hello. That's a bit... You're a bit tricky, ain't you? Oh, okay. Well, hopefully it doesn't affect it too much. I know because you're the person who made it, you're going to be thinking about it the whole time probably, but I'm sure other people will think it looks awesome. Feel good. Okay. That's all the photos I need of that for the moment. So now what I'm going to do is something that's going to be a little bit tricky.